Midnight. Inside a completely dark, high-tech banking server room in Zurich, Switzerland, everything looks peaceful. Rows of black computers hum quietly, their tiny green and blue lights blinking in the dark. This building belongs to one of the oldest, most secure private banks in the world. Its digital vault is protected by layers of military-grade firewalls, biometric scanners, and continuous security monitoring. To the rest of the world, this digital fortress is completely uncrackable. But on one of the central monitoring screens, a tiny line of code appears. It disappears a second later. No alarms sound, no security guards move. The bank's sophisticated defense systems see absolutely nothing. But a ghost has just entered the system. Thousands of miles away, in a dimly lit apartment, a lone hacker hits a single key on a laptop. Instantly, millions of dollars begin draining out of the Swiss vaults. The money isn't moving in armored trucks or heavy bags. It is flying across global fiber optic cables at the speed of light, bouncing through a maze of dummy accounts from Zurich to New York, and finally vanishing into anonymous digital wallets in Eastern Europe. By the time the bank managers walk into their offices the next morning with their coffee, $150 million will be completely gone. If the hackers type too slowly, the bank's global emergency kill switch will lock them out forever. If they move too fast, they will trigger a massive digital tripwire that alerts Interpol. They are executing the largest, most sophisticated cyber heist in European history, and the clock is ticking down to zero. This was the great Swiss cyber heist. It remains one of the most brilliant and barren digital bank robberies ever pulled off. It was an operation so incredibly clean that investigators took months just to figure out how the thieves got inside the building without ever touching a single door. To understand how anyone could rob a top-tier Swiss bank from a laptop thousands of miles away, you have to understand how modern global finance actually works. Every single day, trillions of dollars move between international banks. To send this money safely, global banks do not use regular internet channels or basic emails. Instead, they rely on a highly classified, incredibly secure messaging network called SWIFT. The SWIFT network is the ultimate backbone of the global financial world. It is a private communication highway that allows banks to instantly verify and approve massive money transfers. Because the system is protected by the most advanced encryption codes on Earth, banks trust SWIFT completely. If a message comes through the SWIFT terminal saying to move $50 million, the receiving bank moves the money immediately. They never question it. Because the system was seen as completely perfect, the Swiss bank made a fatal mistake. They assumed their greatest threat would always be a physical robber with a weapon walking through the front lobby. They forgot that in the digital age, a line of malicious code can be far more lethal than a bullet. The criminal mastermind behind this operation knew that attacking the SWIFT network directly from the outside was completely impossible. The encryption was too strong. To break into the vault, they needed a back door. They needed a way to make the bank willingly open its own digital doors from the inside. The hackers began their attack not with lines of complex code, but with a simple, ordinary email. Months before the heist, a mid-level manager at the Swiss bank received a polite email that looked like a routine job application from a top financial executive. Attached to the email was a standard PDF document containing a resume. The manager clicked the file to open it. To the naked eye, the document looked completely normal. But the moment that file was clicked, an invisible piece of malicious software, known as a Trojan horse, secretly installed itself deep into the bank's internal computer network. The malware didn't instantly steal data or crash the computers. If it had, the bank's IT security team would have caught it immediately. Instead, the software acted like a sleeping spy. It sat completely silent inside the system for 3 months, slowly and quietly mapping out the bank's entire digital layout. It tracked which employees had access to the financial vaults, recorded the exact keystrokes of the managers as they typed in their private passwords, and studied the precise daily schedule of the bank's security team. Eventually, the malware found exactly what the masterminds were looking for: the digital credentials of the head operator who controlled the bank's private SWIFT terminal. The thieves now held the master keys to the entire kingdom. On a quiet Friday night, the trap was finally sprung. The hackers chose Friday because they knew the bank's senior executives would be away for the weekend, giving them a clear 48-hour window to operate without anyone looking over their shoulders. Using the stolen passwords, the hackers logged into the SWIFT terminal from their remote laptops. To the system, it looked like the bank's trusted manager had simply logged in late to finish some extra work. The thieves began typing rapid commands, creating 30 separate, highly official money transfer requests. Each request ordered the bank to send exactly $5 million to various accounts scattered across the globe. They deliberately kept the individual transfers at $5 million because they knew that any transaction over that amount would automatically trigger a manual review by a senior director. As the SWIFT system processed the orders, millions of dollars began flowing out of the Swiss accounts. But the hackers faced one final, massive obstacle. Every morning, the SWIFT terminal automatically prints out a physical paper log of all transactions made during the previous 24 hours. When the morning security guards checked that printer, they would instantly see the 30 unauthorized transfers and pull the emergency plug. To stop this from happening, the hackers deployed a second, incredibly clever piece of custom software. This malware intercepted the printer's command queue. As the bank's system tried to print the transaction logs, the software subtly altered the ink commands. It made the printer skip the exact lines detailing the stolen $150 million, printing out a completely clean, completely fabricated financial report instead. The money flowed smoothly out of Switzerland, passing through a web of shell companies in New York and Hong Kong before landing in untraceable accounts. The thieves had successfully robbed a fortress, and the fortress was currently printing out paper receipts saying everything was completely perfect. By Monday morning, the hackers had completely vanished from the network, wiping away their digital footprints and deleting the malware behind them. The stolen $150 million was quickly converted into anonymous digital currencies, making it physically impossible for global authorities to track or freeze the funds. When the bank finally discovered the missing funds weeks later during a global audit, the financial world was sent into total panic. The heist proved a terrifying truth. The greatest security systems on the planet are only as strong as the single human being who clicks on a suspicious link. The Swiss cyber heist completely rewrote the rules of digital banking security. It showed that the modern battlefields of crime are no longer fought on the streets, but in the invisible, silent lines of code that connect our world together. What do you think about this invisible digital bank robbery? Does it scare you that a single click on a regular email can compromise millions of dollars in a secure vault? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. If you found this high-stakes story fascinating, make sure to hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to Black Box Doc so you never miss our next deep dive into hidden history. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.